Hello, it's Mike from Dimensional Walking. Today I want to talk about a fun one, but at the same time very strange and a little concerning. Okay? And you probably have heard about these, but I'll go a little deeper into it. It's called the strange black boxes, and I'm calling this a global phenomenon. And I'll tell you why. I got some pretty good examples of that as we go on through. So, about 5 years ago, or even before, there was this report of these sightings of these strange black boxes that basically surged around the globe. You know, they were it sparkled or sparked up speculation, sense of unease, especially if you actually saw them. Uh, so these objects were often described as featureless and imposing and appeared in diverse locations around remote areas of the world and even almost anywhere, actually. Okay? So while their purpose and origin remains a mystery, the shared experience of witnesses is often compelling narrative of the phenomena. So black boxes are consistently described as solid, geometric in shape, typically rectangle and smooth, a matte black surface often appears to be made of a dense, non-reflective material that absorbs light, making it difficult to discern against black backgrounds. Witnesses often report a sense of coldness and stillness emitting from the object as they have been devoid, as if they are devoid of energy or life. Okay, so one witness. So I'll give you some examples. So one witness, a hiker in the Scottish Highlands, recounted his encounter. Excuse me. I came across this massive black box in the clearing. It was just sitting there, no markings, no lights, no nothing. It was like a void in the landscape. I felt this intense feeling of dread, like I was being watched, even though nothing else was around. Okay, so that's kind of scary. Another witness in Tokyo described it as such. I was on a rooftop in the middle of the city, you know, and it was just there in the middle of this rooftop, out of place, like it had always been there. Although out of place, but like it's always been there. I felt a shiver go down my spine. It was so out of ordinary. It made me feel it made me feel my sanity. Or actually, I think it was question my sanity. Okay. And I've heard that before. So interior feelings. So there is some inside feelings that happen when you're exposed or you have an encounter with these black boxes. So beyond the visual descriptions, witnesses often report a range of unsettling emotions during the encounters. Okay, fear, unease, and the sense of uncanny common themes. Some some individuals describe feeling a sense of disorientation, confusion. Now, these are similar feelings that people get when they have abductions. You know, I've had them when I'm walking in the woods, going to a certain spot in the woods or something, and I have that feeling of disorientation or uneasiness. So it's kind of a strange thing. Others report experiencing some strange sense of fascination or compulsion to approach it or touch it. Okay, probably wouldn't touch it. Okay, just don't touch it. A witness from rural Kansas shared an experience. I was, I was, I saw it in a field near my house. It was like a black hole in the middle of the day. I felt pulled towards it, like I had to go closer, but at the same time, I was terrified. It was the most unsettling feeling I had ever had. Okay. And then there's a woman in London recounted a similar experience. I saw it in a park. It was like calling me, but I knew I shouldn't go near it. I felt this overwhelming sense of dread, like something bad was going to happen. Okay? Patterns and speculation. While the black boxes have been sighted in various locations, some of the patterns have emerged. Several witnesses have reported seeing the objects near water, near bodies of water, while others have encountered them in areas of high electrical magnetic fields or activity, like power, close to power stations or close to high intention wires, um, or even some kind of electrical box on the ground. Um, this has led to speculations that objects may be related to some unknown energy or technology. Theories about the origins and the purpose of the black boxes have ranged from the mundane to the extraordinary. Some suggest that they may be experimental military technology, while others say they're of extraterrestrial origins. The lack of any official explanations only fuels the mystery and encourage further speculation. Yes. So I want to tell you about another one that's it's close. It was close by where I live. It was on the coast of Oregon. Okay. And this was on February 6th. It was a couple years ago. There's a place called Stonefield Beach. If you're familiar with Oregon, it's a fairly popular beach area. As you know, up and down Orland, there's a lot of beaches. Some of them are pretty dang nice. Yes, they actually have sand on them, not just rock. They actually have sand. And this one actually does have some sand in it. And I've actually been, I think I drove by the beach. I don't think I actually went down to it. I've been close. I think I've been at Bray's Point, which is right next to it. So, anyways, this guy was walking his dog, and all of a sudden the dog started barking and growling at something. Uh, and when it's actually down, I guess the guy let his dog run on the beach, which a lot of people do, because a lot of these beaches are there's nobody around on the beaches typically. So you can just let your dog run. And anyways, this dog is going crazy basically, and this guy had walked on this beach almost daily, I guess, my understanding. But then on Monday morning, this was a Monday, the this box appears. Okay. Anyways, going back to the weekend, let's talk about the weekend for a minute. Apparently, there was a lot of UFO sightings on the same, over the same beach, basically area, out into the water, into the Pacific Ocean. And so there was a big talk about that. There's always been a lot of UFO sightings on the Oregon coast, in this area in particular. Anyways, so the box was about 20 inches high. Now that's a little shorter than normal than the other boxes that I've heard, but 20 inches high. It was 5 feet across and 5 feet deep. Okay, so that the five and the five matches pretty good. The 20 inches is a little short, but whatever. You know, I don't think it's that important one way or the other. And it was sunk pretty deep into the surf. Okay, so again, we were talking about the UFO thing. There's a lot of UFOs, and this particular has a group of people that are constantly looking for UFO sightings, are sitting on the beach, sitting up on the bluffs, looking down, see what they can see. So they're kind of aware of what's going on. So all of a sudden now they come to find out there's several of these boxes up and down the beach area. Okay, and so also there's obviously no openings. They seem to be sealed solid, what the people could see, and they're unmovable. I think some people came down with their Jeeps and they put some chains kind of around it and they tried to pull it out. They couldn't do that. They couldn't get underneath it. Now, I think they were also saying that they didn't really want to get too close and overly touch it or get near it for some reason. Anyways, so then what happened is this would have been Sunday night, there was this kind of wailing that came from the two boxes that were close together. And a lot of the people close to had some homes close to this particular location started to hearing this. And of course, a lot of them started relating it to the UFOs. We'll never know if uh, that had anything to do with the UFOs. But anyways, there was a gal named Dolores there that she said she actually sounded like there was cats in there. They were meowing. These things were wailing or meowing. and it was making a lot of racket. Then all of a sudden there was this high, shrill, piercing, frightening ring kind of sound that caught everybody off guard, and they just couldn't believe it. They just kind of went nuts. It went on for about 5 minutes or so, and then it was gone. It was completely quiet after that. So it's all this area apparently is known for kind of crazy stuff going on. The UFOs, of course, just it was a bunch of crazy things. And anyways, but uh, there was also a glowing. Also, the surf around these boxes started glowing too. That was just another thing that was going on. So, anyways, so the local Oregon Forest Service, I guess, fish biologist was called in to see if he could explain what was the. I'm not too sure why he would have been considered an expert on this, but anyways, they brought him in and he kind of told him there's been a series of these boxes up and down the Oregon coast, and he thought they actually went down as far as Northern California. So now this is over a pretty immense area of these boxes, and you never got a count. Nobody ever got a count on this, but it seems like it could easily have been dozens. Okay. Uh, anyways, so on January 6th, I'm sorry, on January 4th, this was several years ago again, it wasn't just recently. Uh, there was this, I guess there was another whining, like an ambulance was a siren going off from the boxes again. Uh, and Dolores made a comment to the guy that I talked to. He said that, it's really kind of amazing. We never hear anything like this. Is really unusual. This kind of sound. There's a lot of crazy people here, etc. But the sound stuff was getting crazy. But she said, this is a really quiet place. Nothing but seagulls in the Pacific Ocean. I always remember when he told me that. Uh, so, anyways, uh, so many of the other metal boxes that were up and down this area were about the same size, and the color appeared in color, which was black again. It is matte finish black, just like almost all of those are matte finish. Have appeared up and down the coast, and again they reported up and down the west coast. Uh, anyways, let me just say this before I give you my conclusion on all this. Uh, the interesting thing, I could never find anywheres what happened to the boxes. I could never find anywheres that the government got involved with and took the boxes, which was the whole thing was kind of weird. It just they were reported that they were there, and then that was kind of it. It all went silent. And if anybody can find out some more information, I'd appreciate it. I just couldn't find a whole lot more than what I could find and what information I had originally found or got from this guy that was over there trying to get some information on the coast. So, anyways, my conclusion: the phenomena of the strange black boxes remains an enigma. While witnesses' accounts provide a compelling narrative, they offer little way of concrete answers. The shared experience of fear, unease, and fascination suggests that these encounters are more than just visual sightings. They represent a disruption of the familiar, a reminder that there is still much we do not understand about this world. And reports continue to surface. The mystery of the boxes deepens, okay, leaving us to ponder the true nature and the implications of our presence here and what this is all about. So I keep on looking. We have about 50 acres here of property in Oregon. And I keep on looking, and I do walk the property quite frequently, sometimes daily. Um, quite looking for, of course, we have had plenty of UFOs here, but never a black box. So I'm gonna expect one day I'm gonna turn the corner and look to my right, and there will be a black box. And if that's the case, you will be the first one to know, and I will send a picture and I'll do a video, and everybody will be able to see it then. Okay. And and I know you're going to say, why didn't somebody get a video of it? Why didn't somebody get a picture of them? I've seen a few pictures, not very good pictures, but I saw some pictures. I've never seen a video of it though. Anyways, that's it. We'll see ya. Take it easy. Bye bye.